smash the like button. Also, Roxanne Perez is super thick.
Now, let's talk about SummerSlam Night 1. I forgot that Cardi B was scheduled to show up on this show. I was surprised that that female showed up, but I would say the biggest highlight of the first match, I'm talking about Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, big-ass Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. I would say the biggest highlight of that whole entire match was Jey almost made Roman Reigns break character. Roman Reigns almost yeeted. That shocked me. Roman Reigns never breaks character. He almost broke character. That man almost yeeted. Yo, I gotta give props to Jey Uso for doing that. But big-ass Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, they stopped Roman Reigns from yeeting. I think that was for the best. It's not time to see Roman Reigns break character. But I gotta be honest, I felt like this match was a showcase match for Braun Breaker. This was a showcase match because he's facing Roman Reigns. That's a dream match. I would like to see those two face off one-on-one. I want to see Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns one-on-one. They gotta run that fade one-on-one. I think eventually Braun Breaker will get that match. He will face Roman Reigns one-on-one. Most likely, before this year is over, we will see that match. I would argue that Braun Breaker, he might be more athletic than Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner. I don't care. I believe that's facts. I believe Braun Breaker is more athletic than his father and his uncle. You gotta go back and watch that shoulder tackle that Braun Breaker gave Roman Reigns outside of the ring. That was wild stuff. That man has a very high vertical leap. But also, Roman Reigns showed off his vertical leap. That man flew over the top rope. I haven't seen Roman Reigns do that in maybe 2 to 3 years. I mean, don't get me wrong. It did look dangerous, but it was still impressive that Roman Reigns, a man at that size, can leap over the top rope with a high vertical leap. Like I said, if you give Roman Reigns at least 1 year of mixed martial arts training, he can beat up Matt Riddle in a fight. I believe that. That man is freaky athletic. Roman Reigns is a genetic freak. Matt Riddle, he is not. That's why Roman Reigns can beat his ass in a fight if you give Roman Reigns at least 1 year of mixed martial arts training. But overall, this was a great tag team match. Player, who was the most impressive in this match? I will say Roman Reigns was the most impressive in this match. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Braun Breaker, but from the eye test, Roman Reigns was the most impressive in this match. I respect Roman Reigns in this match because he was trying his best to keep up with Braun Breaker. He gave us a reminder that, hey, I'm still here. I'm still a genetic freak. I am still very athletic, just like Braun Breaker. Don't forget me too. So I respect that. Roman Reigns brought his A game tonight. So am I surprised that Jey Uso got the pin? No, I am not surprised because Roman Reigns doesn't need to pin Braun Breaker and big ass Bronson Reed. I say, why not put over Jey Uso? Because Jey needs it more than Roman Reigns. Give Jey some spotlight. Give Jey some shine. Because his heading ass father, Rikishi, he felt like Roman Reigns was above this match, even though his son was his tag team partner. Please, make that make sense. You are the father of Jey Uso, and you said Roman Reigns was too good for this match? He doesn't need it? Bruh, your son needs this match. Who cares what Roman Reigns wants? He's Roman Reigns. That man can do no wrong. But Jey needed this match. So, what is my grade for this match? I will give it a 7 out of 10. This was a very solid match, and Braun Breaker had a very solid performance. Also, what do I think about SummerSlam being 2 nights. I gotta be honest, I don't like it. I feel like that should be reserved for WrestleMania only. Now, let's talk about the next match. Super thick Roxanne Perez with Raquel Rodriguez versus Miss Flair with Alexa Bliss for the female World Tag Team Heavyweight Championships. Also, you people need to put some respect on Miss Flair's name. You should be grateful that Miss Flair agreed to team up with Alexa Bliss. That means Alexa Bliss, she gets the Miss Flair rub. Miss Flair does not need Alexa Bliss, but Alexa Bliss, she does need Miss Flair. All right, Miss Flair is a top 2 female fake pro wrestler of all time, next to sexy ass Trish Stratus. Don't get it twisted, she is still Queen Miss Flair. So, who was the most impressive female in this match? I will say it was super thick Roxanne Perez. That female has a bright future on the main roster. That female is going to become a singles champion very, very soon. Now, a lot of people always say that Miss Flair does a terrible moonsault, but tonight, she did a very decent, solid moonsault on super thick Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. That was a very solid moonsault. You know what? I respect Alexa Bliss because, man, Bray Wyatt, he changed that female forever. She would never go back to her old gimmick back in 2018, 2019, etc. Hey, I respect it. That female keeps kayfabe alive. She will never go back to her Mean Girls gimmick. And guess what? I respect it. She respects the legacy of Bray Wyatt. Now, what is my grade for this match? I will give it a 5 out of 10. This was a very solid ass match. I mean, it wasn't meant to be a 10 out of 10 match, but it worked for the circumstances because they had to follow Roman Reigns and Jay and big ass Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. They had to follow that match. And I say these 4 females did a very solid job. So let's talk about the next match. Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn in a grudge match. I will give this match a 4 out of 10. Now, what are my thoughts about Karrion Kross as a bump taker in this match? Listen, man, he took no bumps. And no, a blue thunder bomb, that is not a bump. Because Karrion Kross, he has no choice but to take that bump. Because Sami Zayn is in control of Kross's movement and how he lands. He has no choice but to take a flat back bump. So in hindsight, Kross didn't take any major bumps in this match. A body slam, that's not a major bump. You have no choice but to take that bump. It seems like Paul Levesque is booking Karrion Kross like he's Baron Corbin. That's what he is. Karrion Kross is the new Baron Corbin on this roster. You see, Karrion Kross's job is to get heat and to put over all the upper tier and the mid-card good guys. And once in a while, he might have a decent, entertaining backstage segment that might lead to a feud, but we all know he's going to lose that feud. That sounds like Baron Corbin. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's not. Baron Corbin had a very solid career in the World Wrestling Federation. So I have no problem with Kross being the new Baron Corbin because that's what he is. He is a decent heel. He is. He's a decent heel. He gets heat, but we all know he's going to lose. His job is to put over all the upper tier mid-card guys in the World Wrestling Federation. I mean, that's not a bad job. At least he has a job. That's all that matters. At least he has a job for the biggest company in the whole entire world. I mean, overall, this was not a long match. This was a very short match, but I have no problem with it being a short match. This match should be maybe 5 minutes, 8 minutes. That's about it, max. So this match did its job. It wasn't too much and it wasn't too little. Also, Sami Zayn had his own Cody Rhodes moment, meaning Scarlett, she gave Sami a lead pipe, which means Sami had the option of knocking out Karrion Kross with that lead pipe, but he said no. He refused to knock out Karrion Kross with that lead pipe. That is a very Cody Rhodes-light move. So, to make a long story short, Sami Zayn gave Karrion Kross a haluva kick. 1, 2, 3, let's go home. Sami Zayn beat Karrion Kross once again. Now, let's move on to the next match. A match that shocked me. Holy shit. I can't believe Jade Cargill, the Black Queen, she lost to Tiffany. That's wild. Why? I don't get it. Man, dude, I'm in shock. It's like, wow, Paul Levesque, you gave BBW Nia Jax the female world heavyweight championship after she became the queen of the ring. I'm like, this never happens. Usually when people win the king of the ring or the queen of the ring, they never lose their next title shot. Jade Cargill and bruh, this match was not that long. It's like Tiffany didn't break a sweat. Now, I'm not saying this was a burial. It's just, man, this took down Jade Cargill a couple of notches. It's like, bro, she is the queen of the ring. This is SummerSlam. How can she not beat Tiffany? This was a massive upset. Everybody had Jade Cargill beating Tiffany for that female world heavyweight championship. I'm shocked. That might be the biggest upset of the year, because that female is the queen of the ring, and she failed. She failed her guaranteed title match as the queen of the ring. I can't believe this. I mean, I can't even rate this match because it wasn't that long and it wasn't that competitive. It's like, this is their biggest female championship in this company, and the match was not that long. I am at a loss for words because this was a nothing match with tons of reversals. This was a reversal match. Every hold, every move got reversed. There was no highlights in this match. This was a toss aside, throw away match for Jade Cargill. I'm like, man, do I believe this was disrespectful? Yes, I believe this was disrespectful, because what was the point of giving her the queen of the ring? Just to put over Tiffany. So, what is my grade for this match? I will give it a 3.5 out of 10 because this was a very disappointing outcome. So, let's talk about the next match. Jelly Roll with Randy Orton versus Logan Paul and Drew Mac, the Mac Daddy. What is my grade for this match? I will give it a 6 out of 10. I was very impressed with Jelly Roll. Y'all gotta remember this. He is a rookie. Most likely, this will be his first and last match. So, we gotta cut him some slack. Also, this man is a music artist. He is not a fake pro wrestler, which means he did fairly well for a celebrity. all the moves that he did, it made sense and it flowed well with the match. He did a big boss man slam. He was very impressive in this match. I mean, if Jelly Roll wrestles a couple of more times, I'm sure Jelly Roll will look better with more experience. I was more so shocked that they trusted Logan Paul with another guy who was inexperienced. That means they trust Logan Paul. They believe that Logan Paul is the real deal. They trust him enough to wrestle against a guy with no experience. That means Logan Paul does put that work in. Also, Logan Paul teaming up with Drew Mack, that might be a tag team that I didn't know that I wanted. Those two men work well together. I say maybe they should go after the tag team championships. Why not? Logan Paul and Drew Mack should go after the tag team heavyweight championships. I mean, those two men are heat magnets. I say, why break them up? They should be a tag team. They should go after those tag team heavyweight championships. So, who won this match? It was Logan Paul and Drew Mack, the Mack Daddy, and rightfully so. Jelly Roll and Randy Orton, they had no business winning. They had no business winning this match. Just imagine Jelly Roll and Randy Orton beating Drew Mack, the Mack Daddy, and Logan Paul. It's like, nah, bruh. Nobody will believe that. All right, so let's talk about the next match. Gunther versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. I must say this, CM Punk is a very tough guy. Like I've been saying for the past couple of weeks. If I was in a bar fight against multiple men who were trying to run that fade, I would choose CM Punk to have my back over Michael J. White. Because CM Punk is a white boy who knows how to take a punch. That is very important. CM Punk is a crazy ass white boy who knows how to take a punch. Say what you want about his career in the UFC, but last time I checked, CM Punk never got knocked out in the UFC because that man knows how to take a punch. Now, what are my thoughts about this match? CM Punk got his ass whooped in this match. I'm like, damn, bro, I lost count on how many chops that CM Punk took during this match. That man got his ass whooped. I will say this, even though CM Punk is a dick, he's a great babyface. That man, he's a great babyface in his matches. He always puts over the heels. This man be looking gassed. I'm sorry. You cannot turn CM Punk heel anytime soon because his matches, man, he looks gassed. How can you boo him? I'm telling you, CM Punk be looking like he's half dead during his matches, but that also puts over the heels. Now, what are my thoughts about CM Punk beating Gunther? Listen, it had to happen. That's what I said last week in a video. I said CM Punk needs to beat Gunther because that will make Monday Night Raw more interesting. But man, I was shocked. I was surprised that Seth Freaky Rollins ruined CM Punk's life after the match. That was wild. This man cashed in on CM Punk after the match, and rightfully so. This is great business. Seth Freaky Rollins, he should be the World Heavyweight Champion because it feels like CM Punk, he's better at chasing top heels for that World Heavyweight Championship. I don't believe that Gunther is a top heel in this company, but if he chases Seth Freaky Rollins, man, that's must-see TV. Because Seth, he ruined CM Punk's life. He told the world that you will never become the World Heavyweight Champion as long as I'm around. That will never happen. And guess what? Rollins kept his promise. So, what is my grade for CM Punk versus Gunther? I will give that match an 8 out of 10. That was the best match of the night. That was a great match. What is my overall grade for night 1 of SummerSlam? I will give it a 7 out of 10. And I'm done.